Yeah, I see it. I see it. Yeah, that's totally Bumblebee. Hello everyone, it is Briximus Prime back for another Transformers action figure video, and before we get into the video, I have a very important question to ask. What is a freaking Buzzworthy Bumblebee? Yes, Jazz is my favorite Bumblebee figure. And since we've already kind of taken a up-close look at the packaging, there's Jazz right there. It says Origin Autobot Jazz. And then we got a nice artwork right there of him on the side with some nice green. And then just some images of characters right here who are all not Bumblebee. And then we got some images here of Jazz on the back with Legacy Evolution. Evo Fusion! That is totally useless. Authentic Transformers! And I actually like this packaging so much that I'm going to put it in the trash. And here's taking a look at Jazz's accessories here. Jazz does have this nice blaster of his that's cast in black plastic. Looks pretty close to his original gun. Nothing much else to say here. And then he comes with his little grappling hook hand. And you simply attach it on by flipping in the hand, which reveals a 5mm hole. And then you just plug it right on into there, and now Jazz has his nice little grappling hook like he did in the cartoon. And as for his gun, it can stick onto his back when he's not using it. And here's now taking a nice up-close look at the head sculpt on Jazz here. I mean, one, it does look like Jazz, and I do like the way it looks with the black helmet, the blue visor, and the silver in the face. The only thing is, I feel like we already got a blank expression like this for the Studio Series 86 figure. In my opinion, I say for this Jazz head sculpt, we should have had maybe a more smooth talking, a little bit of a smirk on his face, but I don't mind it too much. It's just a small nitpick. And overall, I like his chest here. I like the transparent blue they used for the piece right here, so you're able to get those nice headlights. And he has a nice Autobot logo, and the white, red, and blue paint looks fantastic. And of course, the mechanical detailing is pretty precise. I love how this guy really came out with a lot of the detailing and such. And also the paint work is very high quality, especially here on the legs, the white, the blue, and just all of it. It's so glossy, very shiny, and very high quality. Nothing chips, nothing comes off. The only thing that doesn't feel very high quality about Jazz here is the lack of tabbing in of some parts. Same thing goes for the chest right here. This doesn't seem to like to snap in sometimes, but it's nowhere as annoying as the back. It's a real shame too, because this is the only thing that's really holding him back. Jazz's posability here includes a very nice ball joint at the head, which allows him to look up and down. A little bit of pivoting and a lot of swiveling at the head. Shoulders rotate a full 360. Due to transformation, this guy does have a little bit of butterfly joint, but again, be careful of the panels and everything. They can come off, but he does have a slight butterfly joint. Shoulders can move outward that far. He does get a bicep swivel, 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. The wrists rotate in due to transformation, and again, reveal that 5mm port, which is used for the grappling hook.
Grappling hook!
He does also have a waist swivel. His hips can rotate forwards, they can rotate back that far, they can move outward that far. He does get a nice thigh swivel, 90 degrees, or slightly under 90 degrees of bend at the knee, and then he does get some ankle pivot and some toe articulation. So, yeah, I'm pretty jazzed about the articulation. Kill me now. And now for comparisons, here's the Origins Jazz compared next to the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Origins Bumblebee. And here is Origins Jazz compared next to the Studio Series 86 Jazz. I guess the main differences here between these two figures is that the chest here is definitely a lot more prominent, but it comes at the cost of the backpack being slightly more prominent, in my opinion, than this one. But I do like the amount of blue this figure has over this one, where this one seems to have a lot more of the black over blue. And then here's Origins Jazz compared next to the Power of the Primes Jazz, or as I like to call him, a piece of son of a. Now let's get into Jazz's hopefully smooth transformation. mode, or his Origins alternate mode. And Jazz here looks like he came either straight out of the Jetsons, or that he's some kind of like home appliance. It's very hard to notice upon first glance, but there actually is some extra details on this guy, like little bits of subtle panel lining and such, subtle just panels and everything everywhere. It's very subtle, but the other thing that I feel like it stands out to me more is some of the seams, but honestly, with just how smooth this thing is and the painting on it, it's just so nice. The alternate mode definitely fits Jazz's personality because it's smooth, it's very satisfying to hold, it's kind of hard to describe, but it also just is so cool looking, which is, again, perfect for Jazz's personality. And there's even some ports back here so you can add some blast effects to really add that extra bit of speed. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix that, my backdrop one of these days. And if any of you are wondering if this guy has like wheels or anything underneath to help him move, well, good news for you guys. There isn't any, so that means he can just slide across any surface you like, and he can go ahead and scratch up your coffee table or whatever it is that you want to play around with this guy on. Good stuff. And here's the Origins Jazz compared next to the Origins Bumblebee. Anyway, that's it for that comparison. Time to hide this guy in my dark hidey hole so he doesn't get sunbathed. And then here's Origins Jazz compared next to the Studio Series 86 Jazz. And again, it kind of comes down to personal preference which one of these Jazz figures you like more. Unfortunately for me, my preference is both of them. Way to go, Hasbro! Way to make me pay for two of the exact same character again.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
And then here is the Origins Jazz compared next to the... Oh my gosh. And that is basically it for my review on the Transformers Buzzworthy Bumblebee Origins Jazz. And yeah, I definitely say this is my favorite Bumblebee figure so far. This Jazz is done really well, at least in the case that he feels complete. There's, unlike some figures. And here's the thing about this figure. The main attraction really is the alternate mode, because this is a very unique alternate mode for Jazz. But this is in fact the first transformation he ever had in Transformers history, so it's kind of like meant to be a historical Transformers figure slash an homage to that original cartoon. And I think it does it perfectly well here. Just like the Bumblebee, it's just oh so smoothened out and very appealing. And I know it is a kind of a weird critique, but like, this figure fits Jazz's personality so well. It's very smooth and intuitive, it's a cool toy and very fun to play with, just as Jazz is a fun guy to just be around, and he's just always smooth and so cool. I know it's a weird critique, but like, I don't know how, but they managed to pull that off with this figure, is that his personality seems to fit and resonate with this toy itself. My only real complaints is just the general like things that Hasbro usually tends to skip out on, like lack of wrist swivel, or even just maybe some extra accessories, or the backpack being a little too fiddly, but overall, I'm still very satisfied with how this figure turned out, and I'm glad that they're making more of these Origins figures, which, by the way, Hasbro, get on that Origins wheeljack. Chop, chop. And yeah, that is basically it for my review on the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Origins Jazz. And yeah, that is basically it for this review. If you guys liked it, give me a like on the video, comment down below what you guys think, subscribe to the channel for more Transformers and action figure videos, and I'll catch you guys next time. Oh, finally got that review done. Time to go get something to eat.